a few things actually. Healing the team and not dying. Why do we want to be healing the team and not dying? Because it's the best way to generate our ultimate.
Vivid guy, man. He's so good.
Yeah. So he just died there. Yeah, he kind of just ran into that Hanzo. But yeah, so we want to be healing the team, not dying. And you want to be healing...
There's a Junkrat in the house. On the
you want to be healing the most amount possible at any given time. So if that means, whether that means healing the most members on your team or healing the person who's taken the most damage, heal the most. Now, the reason he died there was because he tried to go into a building, which I don't know why he did that. The buildings are very dangerous for Lucio. Like, they are extremely restrictive. You can't really take advantage of his movement. He's just...
Can't do anything with this Hanzo, man. Can't do anything.
He's just getting pwned right now. So, right now, I'm going to talk about this. Here we go. So, in the stream, we pause and rewind as we please. So, right now, he's getting owned, right? What is he dying to? So, he's died to Hanzo like 2 times and Junkrat 1 time. Their Hanzo's good, which means the Hanzo has good aim. So, you can't count on your on the Hanzo missing, which means this is actually really good because we need to learn how to play against good players, right? You can't just count on the enemy team being bad. So now that we know that the Hanzo is good, now that we know that he has good aim, how do we deal with the Hanzo who has good aim? Well, stay out of line of sight. Don't let him see you. Stick behind your team. Make yourself less of a priority target, right? So present yourself less. Like make it so he has less opportunity to actually shoot you. And how do you do that? Well, you stay again, like I said, stay behind cover, line of sight him, keep track of where he is. Be behind your teammates. Let them take the brunt of the damage, especially if you have a person with high health, like maybe a Reinhardt. Stay behind your Reinhardt and heal the damage he takes off of a Hanzo. Because what you ultimately want to do is drop down your ult so you can just break through the line brute force style and take the point that way. So whenever you have a good Hanzo, you need to stay back, stay in cover, heal your teammates, let them take the attack, and then heal off the damage they take from that good Hanzo. But he hasn't been trying to actually find his teammates. He is not healing anyone right now. You never want to be healing 0 people. You're wasting time every second that you're healing 0 people. There are 5 other members of his team. He should always be healing at least. I'd say there's no excuse to not heal at least 2 people, but you want to shoot for 3 at all times. All times. Every second. There's no reason you can't be healing someone if you're actually trying. So right here, this is what I'm talking about. He is healing 4 people consistently, and he's getting out really fast here. And you see that that Winston was off to the side getting hurt. But, you know, you do, okay.
This fucking...
Again, okay, so he's on the ground again.
Just stays and waits.
Yeah, so just don't be on the ground. You need to be at an elevated position, especially if you know it's a Junkrat. Like, he knows this. He just refuses to get off the ground. It's like...
I have to be smarter than this fucking Junkrat.
Yes, you have to be smarter than a Junkrat. Get off of the ground. What do you know? I'm going to talk about this again, because, man. Like, I know he can't hear me because this is a pre-recorded video, but it's just so frustrating sometimes watching him because he knows what he has to do. He just refuses to do it. Like, he's so stubborn in that way. Like, he knows that he has to be elevated. He has to be either running on the side of a wall, at a ledge, jumping off of a roof to another roof, somewhere. You can always do that. With Lucio, his movement is so good that you never really need to be on the ground. Unless you have a very specific reason. If you're just traveling around just in general, travel elevated. And he knows this. It's just he doesn't want to have to put in the work it's so much easier to just run along the ground and run through some buildings to get to where you want to go, or to just be. He doesn't even have a place he wants to go. He just kind of wandering aimlessly towards the point to find something to do. So if you're actually trying, you're not going to die that way. If you're actually trying, you shouldn't die to Junkrat's trap. There's no reason, no excuse you can make that means that you had to die to Junkrat's trap. It's just you're on the ground, and you shouldn't be on the ground. You shouldn't be there. And if you play correctly, you're not going to die to Junkrat. And we're here to talk about how to play correctly, how to get better so we can win more games. If you want to just have fun and do whatever and lollygag, yeah, do that. But if you actually want to win and be the best you can be, watch this stream and learn from his mistakes. So he is, I don't know, maybe he's tired. It's pretty late in the stream. Like, it's 3 hours and 36 minutes into the stream.
I don't know what to do. I've died so many times.
Yeah, I wish I was there from. He knows what I'd say to him if I was there. He knows exactly what I say. He knows what to do. He just doesn't want to do it. He just refuses. He's still on the ground. He's good enough to be elevated. He just refuses to be off the ground.
Tracer in this house, I think. Yeah, coming behind us.
It's his choice. He chooses to be there. He chooses to die. He is choosing. He's actively choosing to die. He knows how to not die, and he's actively choosing to die. And he knows. He sees the Junkrat. Like, man. And they're going against a really good team, so he can't just lollygag. That Hanzo is really good, though. That Hanzo is really good. I think he passed by. Was that a health pack to the right of him? Is that a health pack over there to the left? Yeah, that is a health pack. He should get that health pack. He should have got that health pack during the fight, man. Use your health packs. Know where the health packs are. Those are huge helps. If you run and take a health pack during the fight, that could be the difference between you winning and losing that fight. Look at that. Look, do you see that? I gotta pause just for a second, just to highlight that. That was amazing. Did you see how useful his ult was there? So his team has been getting owned. Like they haven't even take the first point. It's overtime. He's been dying left and right, and he's just like, I don't know what to do. What is going on, guys? He's so depressed, and he ults one time and he kills the Hanzo, and his team pushes. I wouldn't be surprised if they took the point right now. Let's see. Let's see how far that ult got him. Well, they're contesting at least. They're contesting. Yep, 3 kills. They just killed 3 people. Now his team's on the point. They're doing stuff now. And they just killed a 4th person. Do you see the momentum just a decent ult gives you? He should have been dropping. In the time he was goofing around and dying and refusing to play good, because it's a choice for him. He knows how to play well. He just doesn't want to. He could have dropped down like 4 or 5 ults. Like, he's just lazy. I'm gonna say it. He's lazy. He's lazy. But it's okay because it's normals and it's not that serious because it's ranked and he's not trying hard. But he's being lazy. That's why he's losing. If he actually wanted to win, he'd be winning. Like he'd probably won by now if he actually wanted to win. He's lazy. But that's okay, because we get to learn from his mediocre play when he chooses to be lazy and doesn't want to try hard. We get to learn from that. We get to see what he did, how to prevent those mistakes in the future. So everything he does doesn't really matter how well he plays. I watch him because he plays well, but even if he plays mediocrely, it's a learning experience. It's a learning opportunity. Like his movement is the way he moves on Lucio. Very few people actually can move as effectively with Lucio as he moves. But very few people even take advantage of Lucio's movement. A lot of people just stay on the ground and they fight from the ground. That's just a mistake.
Anywhere I go, there's just fucking shit
So I want to know. I'm actually gonna. I don't want to rewind it because no, I'm rewinding it. This is my stream. I do what I want. So yeah, he was hitting 2 people there, but again, the inside of the buildings, they're very dangerous. So you have to be extremely cautious when you go in there. Like you do, you have to be extremely cautious. You should play it like you should check your corners, you know, and like clear out every room. Like, oh man, this is. You should look at any room with a closed environment as like a danger zone. Like you should breach it like SWAT. Like go in there like and see whether or not it's actually, you know, relatively safe to go in there, because odds are it's not. And you need to know that. Take your time when you go into rooms. They're so dangerous. Clearly, I'm actually trying to find a garbage can. Yeah, take your time when you go in those rooms, because, man, they're so dangerous. Clearly, he's died so many times to that Junkrat, and he has the need to die once to that Junkrat. He shouldn't die. He should die 0 times to that Junkrat. There's no excuse to die to the Junkrat. Hanzo is a different story. Hanzo can just snipe you, and and if he has good aim, if you're in the line of sight of him, you know, he might just.
Oh my god! Please, fucking Junkrat.
Okay, please. This guy.
He's in the inside.
He wasn't even trying to pay attention. Like, he just goes. He just goes. He just wants to be a place, and he just goes there. There's a sense. Okay, I want to talk about this as well. I want to talk about this. Alright. Different areas have different levels of risk. So, if you're outside and on a roof, you're much less risk than, say, inside on the ground level. Right? So, you should adjust your play based on how dangerous an area you are currently in. So if you're on a roof, then it's freeing. You're like, I can do whatever I want. I can drop down some heals. I can drop down some damage. You know, I can be less on my guard because no one's looking up here. Very few people can actually hit me and do damage to me effectively. So yeah, I'm just gonna be casual free. You know, casual and free. But if you're in a room on the ground level, that is like danger, Will Robinson. Like that is man, it's so dangerous. What's the word? It's the danger zone, man. It's the danger zone. Every time you go into one of those rooms, you should be like paranoid, like like who's around the corner? Who's around the corner? Is there a trap? What's going on? Because it's a trap to be in those narrow rooms. Especially on the ground level where people frequent, where it's this trap bait, where a Junkrat can literally lay down a trap at the entrance. Like, you should be extremely cautious of those areas. You should adjust your play based on how dangerous the area is in, which means you should start categorizing different areas by the level, by how dangerous they are, by how many people frequent it. So how you would categorize dangerous areas is something like, okay, is this a place where people commonly move through? Is this a high traffic area? If the answer is yes, then that's a very dangerous area to be in, because that's where a lot of damage is going to be focused. People are going to be aiming in that way. So if there was a widow, where would she be most likely aiming? Is she going to be aiming off to the side of the map on some obscure ledge somewhere? No, probably not. She's probably going to be aiming at where people usually go, like the high traffic. So in order to maximize your chances of surviving against someone like a Hanzo, a Widow, a Junkrat, anyone really, is to not be in those dangerous areas, or to be there as little as possible. And when you are in there, play as if, like, play as if you're in danger, because you are. Play more cautiously, based on where you currently are. Like, that is a hot spot. That, I want to categorize these somehow. Like, I want to categorize them by color. That's red. Like, that's danger. And, like, the top of a building on some ledge somewhere off the side of the map is blue. You know, it's like no danger at all, basically. But that's a red spot. That's a hot spot, guys. That's the danger zone. And when you go there, you need to be like, okay, I need to be on my game.